What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little minute. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Kind of want to talk to you guys about it. First and foremost, it is really cold out here. Like, it is extremely cold. It was like 19 degrees, but I'm still gonna make this video anyway because I said I was gonna make it like 2 weeks ago, but so much stuff has been like going on. I finally got some time, so here it is. So first and foremost, the Camaro has literally 99% of its parts to make it work, but the downside to that is it may be getting sold. Someone is interested right now, actually, so if it goes for sale, it will indeed be going with all of its parts. Everything to build the motor, the turbo, and this fabricated manifold, which actually I have not went to my buddy's house and had that made yet. My fault. Time has not been on my side, but yeah, that'll be done if the car goes. So just kind of waiting to hear back, see how that's gonna work, and that'll be it. But in the place of the Camaro, I've been looking at a few things. I looked at a CTSV, ATSV, something of that nature. Only looking at those is because I may have to switch to a 4-door, which if it's a 4-door for a daily, I still want it to be something that's going to be, fun to drive around and you can play around in. Really kind of leaning more towards the ATSV. I kind of just like the way the ATSV is. Don't get me wrong, I love CTSVs. I think they're amazing, but I don't know. I'm just in this past year or so, I've been in the mood for just like trying out different platforms outside of the traditional V8. So it's been fun to try some of these newer platforms and just to see what they can do. Not for them to be, fast, but so yeah, these newer platforms have been very interesting and I have enjoyed it. Really kind of want to try this twin turbo V6 thing out. Don't ask me why. It's just like in my mind right now. It's like, hey, try this out. Now that they, I guess, found a solution to the fuel thing. But from one of my buddies that had an ATSV, he was explaining to me that this fuel system is like $4,000, which I'm like, man, that's a big step. But we'll see how far it goes. We'll see. And that's only if it goes away. But I still want to do some things with it before I get rid of it. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen. So it's all going to depend on the buyer. But yeah, aside from that, guys, today actually made this video to show you guys the other project. Since this project has been sitting in my garage for like a year. I said I was going to finish it and do some other stuff by the start of this past race season, but that didn't happen. So I got sidetracked with the Camaro and wanting to do all this other stuff. So now, since everything for the Camaro is present, we're gonna go back to the original swap build, and that would be this thing right over here. Ignore the bike, the bike's just in the way. This was the original swap car. It's going to be a either turbo or pro charged LS Swap G35. Me and my buddy actually picked it up from this lady whose son had it, and it was really just like sitting in her yard for a long time. The car, well, I can't turn it on and show you guys, but the car had, I think, like right at 100,000 miles on it. It's a 06, 6-speed car. The only thing I have done is put the shifter in it. It had mounts and stuff in it, but I sold a bunch of stuff for the car because I was originally gonna get rid of it, but that didn't happen. So in a corner over here, there's a lot of stuff that needs to go in this car as far as suspension, some wiring, a block, obviously, because it's not in there, but it's gonna get in there. So I've changed my mind about which LS motor to put in this thing like 3 or 4 times, and I guess it's time. So we're gonna experiment with a 5.3. It originally lost a rod bearing, and that's where I was like, oh yeah, I'll just fix it and turbo the VQ motor. Well, that was way more expensive than just dropping an LS in it and doing its thing. So I changed from all of that, ended up pulling the motor, selling it, and then started buying LS stuff. Body-wise, the car is great. It had some cool wheels on it, but I sold them to a buddy of mine that has a G35, and he got in an accident, and I tried to get the wheels back from it, but it doesn't matter because it's going on a drag pack setup. Oh, it's just so much work. You see the mess. It's just been sitting, but I'm actually ready to get into it, like to really start digging in it. So that's going to be upcoming real soon. I was just going to do so much stuff with this car, and the Camaro kind of came out, and it was more fun than I thought it would be for a daily driver. And then I just really got sidetracked, you know? Like, it happens. I know all of us know how that goes. But now what I'm looking at is getting this motor in and definitely getting the turbo kit all fabbed up and stuff. And it's going to be a process, but I'm going to make it happen because I have a lot of free time now. So it will be done. Expect a lot more videos because, yeah, I'm going to have so much free time. Just a lot of free time. Ignore the K-Series parts behind me. Had Honda days too, just like everybody else. But I went back and forth a million times on whether to make it like a auto car, do something crazy like a 400 in it and let it roll. But I think I'm gonna leave it 6-speed this year and just try my luck with a 6-speed. It's been fun. Always enjoyed having a man pedal, but we'll see how that goes. I'll give it 1 or 2 missed gears and I'm gonna be ready to go back because the automatic life of the Camaro has ruined me. That'll be one of the things that kind of change if anything changes. And the rest will just be the flex fuel install on the Camaro. So since I have so much free time coming up, it's gonna be a lot more videos. A lot. I mean, a lot more videos. And man, I'm just not gonna know what to do with all this free time. The next video will probably be the flex fuel install thing on here. So, you know, won't have to do this switching back and forth and only being able to run one fuel at a time. Yeah, because that gets old and boring fast. And apparently, from what I've been told, it wasn't supposed to work in the first place, the way I got it to work for my car. Because apparently, like, 16 Plus has a problem where it doesn't work, but mine's been working just fine. But then again, I like to experiment and try stuff. So nothing hurt, no harm done, but it's cold, guys, so I'm gonna get out of here. Expect a bunch of more videos in the next couple of days, and until then, peace.